What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King CJ. All my kings and queens, stand up for me. All the new kings and queens, stand up for me. Today, man, I'm gonna go ahead and break down the numbers that we have for Marvel Future Evolution, because the numbers are in. We see where the trajectory of the game is going. Honestly, I'm not gonna break down the new update we have because it just did not look good anyway. It just felt more spend more money. So, and we're gonna see that in terms of the numbers that we have here. Alright, so the first thing up that we have up on our board is Netmarble went ahead and showed us their numbers. Now, we look at the chart all around. Netmarble has definitely dropped. That is what's gonna happen when you are a greedy company. So ha ha. As we can see, Marvel Contest of Champions. Yeah, I don't know. That's just a juggernaut up there. Holy crap, dude. They've been above 10% for I don't know how long. So let's go ahead. We're going to move this over. I don't know if you guys remember, they were like 50% up. Now they're at 9%, which makes sense. However, there's 3 games that I did want to focus on that kind of caught me by surprise-ish a little. So, 7 Deadly Sins has been dropping dramatically, and that player base is just going down. They were like 7% last. They dropped all the way down to 5%. I think that game is pretty much is dying, definitely. 7 Nights, now that one right there got me, because I remember the game having hype when it came out. And I remember when people first seen it, and they figured it just looks like a cash grab. But, you know, I guess at first this wasn't even nowhere to be seen, but now it's like 5%, so that's pretty nice. That's good for them. However, let's come over to our game, guys. As you guys can see, yeah, Marvel Future Evolution has dropped 1%. That is pretty crucial for a game that's not even been a year. It hasn't even cracked 5% yet, and the game hasn't even been out for a year. So let's move over here. What we have right here, guys, is a chart, and this chart shows us from last month to this month. Unfortunately, the game itself has had 100k downloads, which is fantastic. That's phenomenal. The biggest issue they're having right now is they can't they cannot top the charts. They're continuously going down. It's fluctuating. They're staggered. On top of that, we get new players in. Statistics are showing that when we get these new players in, they only last 2 or 3 days and then they quit. I will explain that later. So let's keep moving on. And now we also have over here, which would also be our Marvel Future Evolution on the Google side. As you guys can see, both numbers are very, very identical. What I'm going to tell you guys is these are kind of like rough estimates, and a lot of times App Sensor makes things look better than what they actually are. So my guess is I can believe that we have more downloads than people not downloading. Like I can see that. I could see there been like 100k increase to the downloads. However, I think both games making $1 million is pretty suspect. I'm pretty sure they made less money, and that definitely goes into what we see on this chart. They definitely made less money than that. Overall, their revenue's down 4 or 5 million. Honestly, even though I said I can see it, but I don't think it's 100k people that actually downloaded more people that downloaded the game. Honestly, if I look at this, I can probably guess that it was probably more around 20k, which is still good. I mean, it's not really good, but 20k will put the player base you have now. We just need to figure out how to get out of those 20k people. We just need to figure out how can we keep majority of them, or at least a small percentage of them. But however, let me go into the problems with what I think that this game is having right now. I think the biggest issues with this game is if you spend a lot of money, then I think you pushing the leaderboards and just smashing the competition and things of that nature, I think that can be fun for you, in all honesty. That's probably like very, very fun for you. And then if you're a free-to-play player, you're just strolling along, you're getting whatever the game gives you, you're not worried about the thematics, all those things, because you don't really care that much. You're free to play. You're not investing into this game like that. I see that. I can definitely see this game being, how do you say? You could see that the game could be nice for free to play. However, there are two portions of this game that is the majority. It is the middle. In the middle consists of low spenders and dolphins, and then you have the new players. As you guys can see, you can make the whales happy, you can make the free-to-play players happy. Not even happy, you can just make them content with what the game is. But if your middle ground is not happy and your new players aren't happy, these are the results that you get. The dolphins and the low spenders, they don't feel like this game is really worth it because they can spend on those $5, $10 pack offers, things like that. Maybe buy a $26.99 offer here and there. But at the end of the day, since the RNG is so bad, you can legitimately like get nowhere further than like a free to play player, because of the RNG being so heavy. So me spending like $50 a month is almost like no difference than if a free-to-play player spends nothing. Like, the grind isn't... I'll probably get my 6-star gear maybe faster, but that's probably it. Like, and I mean faster, bro. I mean probably like maybe a week ahead of... I'll probably get my 6-star gear maxed out before you get your 6-star gear maxed out, maybe a week in advance, something like that. So there's no point in that. And then on top of that, I've made multiple free-to-play accounts. And on these free-to-play accounts, I have tried different servers, figure out which one is more free-to-play friendly, things of that, right? Here's the thing that I'm having, though. When you make a free-to-play account on this game, versus like other games like Marvel Contest of Champions, Marvel Future Fight, when you start a new profile in those games, you feel the new, you can feel the newness, right? You can feel that, oh man, haven't felt like this and such and such. Oh man, this feels good to maybe try a different route. When you start off with a free to play account on this game, when you start over a new account, you look at this and you're kind of like, I gotta start all over. Like, there's no enjoyment in starting over a whole new account. It takes way too much time to even just build up one account. The content is still the same. It does not feel the difference. It feels a little bit harder to get through, and then you remember, oh yeah, I couldn't just sleepwalk through this fight. I had to, I gotta start all over. Actually pay attention to the rotation. But you're kind of going through this game and it all just feels the same. And the biggest problem with that is, even on our main accounts, you guys want us to play with our alts. So when we play with our alts, we've already played with that set character that now we're starting over a new account with. We've already played that character, so it's not a fresh experience. It's legitimately the same experience over again. And then new players come in, and I hear this all the time. New players come in. They pick a server. First thing they look at is the highest ranking for their character. They see that character at 2 million. Then they look at their rankings in their servers. That's automatically a turn off. 2 million power level already is way too high. It is way too high for this game to be at that. Like, 2 million itself is way too high for where this game is right now. But like 2 plus 2 million, 2.4 million, all that is beyond ridiculous at the point to where this game is right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, that kind of stuff, that's turn off to new players. When they come in this game and they can just tell, like, you can right? You can smell the pay to win in this game, bro. It's ridiculous. Like, you can smell it. You can see it. It's ingrained in their skin about how free to play this game. Not free to play. Why are you saying that? How pay to win this game really is. they need to figure out how to get free to play players, new free to play players. They need to figure out a way to make them feel like they're actually being competitive. The only people that can be competitive is that don't spend money is free to play players that started on month 1. That's it. And now that the population is going down, they might have a chance later on, yada yada, how that thing goes. But for new players, guys, they have to do something, and that is rather if they need to make a new server strictly for new players. Maybe have this server be the baby server, kind of like the test trial server, where any count that's 3 months or younger are sent into this one server. You know, they're competing with that. Maybe cut the rewards down a little bit, maybe like 25 less of the rewards than what you would have been if you was on a big boy server. But make that server strictly for new players. Take out the $26.99 bundles, take out the $44.99 bundles. Maybe you can have a $5 off or a $10 offer here and there. Sure, you can do that. But you guys have to figure out a way to keep the new players in, because you cannot do it the way that you have it. I played multiple games where they had something that was new player friendly for their games. For an example, you play Black Desert Online, they have seasonal servers. These seasonal servers are pretty much dedicated for the new players. When they come into a seasonal server, it is strictly all new characters. Rather, if you're a vet and you've been playing for 16 plus months, freaking 32 months, it doesn't matter. When you go in that seasonal server, you're starting all over again. All your reward, all your gear that you have in the other character, it doesn't matter. They're not allowed in the seasonal server. Seasonal servers are meant for new players to catch up. DCU Online, when you first hop into there, everybody that's below a certain mission point, so basically the new players, when you're below these certain mission points, that's all you will see in your world, right? You will see those people that isn't past that. When you go into the open world, when you go into queues and things like that, they have everybody that's under that mission requirement that's going to, stop labeling you from being a new player if you beat it or not. That's what your whole queue will consist of, rather it's PvP, PvE. You can get your friends that's higher, but other than that, you're not going to see people that's way under that. Breakdown, Marvel Contest of Champions. They have a bracket system, right? And in this bracket system, if your account is 3 months or less older, 3 months or less, 3 months or less older, when you do the arena, right? The arena has their own brackets. But people that have accounts that are 3 months or less, they're all going against each other in that PvP bracket. So they're not going against the big boys. And in those said PvP brackets, they kind of still have the same rewards. They probably scratched it down by 5-10% right there. But those are the things that this game needs. And I am a strong believer in that. And I definitely think that can help this game. But overall, do I think the game is in a good place? No. Do I think the game is in a bad place? Sort of. If I had to make a guess, I would say I think the game right now is in a place where it's neutral, it's staggered, but it's more in the bad than in the good, because it's not going up, it's going down. And then on top of that, I think we all want high professionalism, high quality updates. Even though it says, oh yeah, you still made such and such money, that's fine, and that's enough money to keep the game alive. But what we want this game to excel past it's enough to stay up. Because right now, as you guys can see, right now we've only been making enough to just stay up. And enough to just stay up is not keeping the player base. As you see, the player base is going down. New players are quitting. We're losing money. It's going to continue to go this route unless if we actually get quality updates. Every update that they have done has just felt like, give me money. So I don't know what they want to do, man. I'm just going to leave it here. And I hope they figure it out. You know what I mean, man? So right, everybody. You let me know how you feel about this down below, and I'm actually peacing out. So, peace.